What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stats Free Sports Channel. Here to give you my takeaways and reactions for my personal game of the night, the Dallas Mavericks versus San Antonio Spurs. Now, let's get right into it. The Spurs lose their opening night matchup between themselves and the Dallas Mavericks, which was a pretty good game. Like I said, that game was my personal favorite matchup of the entire night, which I seen. Watched prior to that game, the Celtics versus Knicks. It was an okay game. Didn't really care for it too much, especially since I put a lot of money on a couple guys there that didn't really show up for that matchup. So, I was looking forward to this game for a couple of reasons. I want to see Luka dealing with the injury. I want to see Victor Wembanyama, obviously, first NBA game, NBA debut for the regular season. Also, I like couple of players on the Spurs team. I like Keldon Johnson. I like Vasil. Trey Jones. So just want to see two pretty decent teams go head to head, and it was a pretty good matchup. Like I said, the Mavericks win 126-119. But let's get started. The first interesting thing I saw to start the entire game was Jason Kidd's lineup for this Dallas Mavericks squad. So this lineup that came out the first time ever playing together, as far as game goes, preseason, they didn't play together at all. It was Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, Grant Williams, Derrick Jones Jr., and Max Keebler. More of a defensive style lineup, and they got rocked. They got rocked in the first quarter. The Spurs put up 46. The Mavericks put up 36. No, excuse me. Spurs put up 43. The Mavericks put up 36. And the Spurs shooting lights out from the 3-point line. They were playing well. The only real person that showed up for the Mavericks the first quarter was Tim Hardaway off the bench, who played pretty well that first quarter. Kind of kept him in it. But the Spurs lit it up the first quarter. Then go to the second quarter, a little bit more balanced. Kyrie played a little better during the first quarter. During the second quarter, excuse me, found his rhythm just a little bit. And still the Spurs played pretty well, and they led halftime just by 2 points. Excuse me, by 4 points, 68-64. Right before half, Dallas closed on an 8-0 run led by Grant Williams. But the second half, that's when things changed. Dereck Lively, the other rookie in this matchup, who didn't start the first half, started the second half for the Dallas Mavericks, and he went off. He was a game changer the second half. He gave the Mavericks life. He gave them energy on both ends of the court. And he lived up early on, just game one, but early on, he's living up and showing flashes of the Tyson Chandler style of player, also being coached by Tyson Chandler also, so he definitely showed his worth. He showed why he was so valued during the draft. Because during the draft, a bunch of teams were rumored to want to trade up for him. Was he a top 10 pick? Could he go higher? Top 8, top 7? Dallas ended up landing him there. And as I said, he showed his worth. He played pretty well in that second half. And he wasn't really guarding Wembanyama one-on-one, especially because Wembanyama he got in foul trouble for a lot of the game. Had five fouls late in the third or early during the fourth, something like that, and kind of missed a portion of the game. Couldn't really find his rhythm. But Victor, outside of foul trouble, he played well. He came alive more in the fourth quarter, popping threes, being aggressive, downloading the paint. He got a couple ticky-tack fouls, really because just his height. Being 7'4", 7'5", I remember one, he would try to post up Grant Williams, but just naturally, like how normal big men do, when you're in the post, you kind of get your elbow for a little leverage, put it on the person's, normally on their chest or on their stomach, but he's so tall, his elbow and forearm was kind of in Grant Williams' like throat mouth area. So there's offensive foul, which like I said, that's due to more height. He'll learn as time goes on to really deal with it and how to really sell it or use the forearm a little bit differently because like I said, you can't change the height. That's the only thing that really kind of irked me a little bit. The ticky tack fouls, I would say let him play. The height difference, but I understand. Grant Williams, like I said, he really did have an elbow straight in his throat. So it's not like he was flopping or nothing, just the height difference. But yeah, the Spurs played well. One of my biggest things I didn't like from the Spurs was Zach Collins jacking up threes. He was jacking up threes more than I liked. Instead of running the offense, he settled for a couple threes, which I wasn't mad at the first couple, but all right, one too many now. Trey Jones played okay. I think Vasil and Keldon Johnson need a little more touches. But really, fourth quarter, it all came down to Luka Doncic. He just took over, triple double, played amazingly. And like I said, and seeing him play from quarter one to quarter three, and just how a great player like himself plays, he just chilled out. He scored here and there. He made assists here and there, got his rebounds. He was just going through the game, chilling. You could tell, but he was and he could score at any time. That's the main thing I took away. And we knew this in a way. He's a great scorer, as we all know, great player overall, not defense but offensively. But as far as the fourth quarter comes, go back to the first three quarters. He's passing, no look passing, all that stuff. He's just getting in his rhythm, keeping in the game, staying close. And I figured when the game got close in the fourth quarter, it'll be a done deal, and it definitely was that. Down the stretch, Luka was unstoppable. The Spurs had no answer for him. I thought it was very interesting that, especially late, probably the last two or 3 minutes, the Spurs and Coach Pop had Victor Wembanyama kind of eyeing and guarding Kyrie Irving. I wouldn't mind seeing him go against Luka the way Luka was just doing his thing versus the other defenders for the Spurs. I wouldn't mind to see a switch there. But like I said, it's kind of tough to have two guys who can beat you solo. If you put Vic on Luka, kind of spying Luka, then you got Kyrie going 1-on-1 with who? Trey Jones, Vassell, Keldon Johnson. They probably can't stop him either. So either way, it's kind of pick your poison. But and Kyrie had some decent moments late in that game too. But it was really sent home from from Luka, and also Dereck Lively had a couple moments in that fourth quarter, also a couple, but his main impact was in that third quarter, keeping them alive, keeping them kind of on point when Luka and Kyrie didn't really have it during that stretch when he was on the court in the third. So overall, man, good win by the Mavericks, decent showing by the Spurs. I like what I saw from most of their players, and even Zach. Jacking up the threes in that third, fourth quarter, whenever it was. I didn't mind it. Like I said, the first two I didn't mind, but after that, like, all right, now you kind of stopping the flow of the offense. He wasn't rebounding well either, So it's like you're not really doing anything, just jacking up shots, missing, and then the Mavs going on a decent run. He couldn't. He scored with 14, 16 points, something like that, and he had his work done. He did some work on Dereck Lively in that post for sure, but it kind of it kind of hurt him as well when he was just throwing up the shots. It kind of confused me some. When you got Vassell, Johnson, Wembanyama, you should get them the ball first instead of worry about Zach Collins, in my opinion. I don't know why I'm harping on that so much, but it really hurt me while watching the game. Grant Williams played pretty well, but yeah, the main takeaway from the Mavericks is the defense got to play better. That's the main thing. The offense will always be in it. You have Kyrie, you have Luka, no question about it there. Grant Williams can do something from a corner three or two here and there. It's some good defense will definitely help out. Tim Hardaway Jr. played well, but you're gonna need some defense, team defense all the way around. Kyrie got burned a couple times. Luka got burned a couple times. You need effort. It's just game one, but like I said, this will probably be a repeat thing for the Mavericks. And as far as the Spurs go, main thing, keep Victor healthy, keep him out of foul trouble. He had some good flashes, had some good moments. Blocked Kyrie's shot early, in the first quarter. Popped a couple threes. He was aggressive down low in the post. So, overall, pretty decent showing. It was kind of hurt because the foul trouble kind of limited him a whole lot during the main stretch of the game. Some in that third and some in that fourth quarter when they need him out there. Like I said, but the game was pretty close still without him. But I would have loved to see him out there doing real crunch time prior to Luka taking over. That would have been pretty cool to see. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Vassell, the new contract. I'm loving it. He played pretty well. Kellen Johnson played okay. They both can play a little better in my opinion, but overall, pretty good game. Like I said, for me, honestly, one of the more entertaining games of the day for me and a must watch. I didn't even see Scoot and them play. Scoot and the Clippers, I didn't really care to see them play, but Vegas must see TV. You gotta watch him play. And I wasn't let down. I was let down more by the foul trouble than his actual play. When he played, he looked comfortable. He looked pretty solid. Didn't look scared at all. Didn't look out of whack or nothing. He looked good. Just got to get more rhythm. Got to get more time as game one. But that's it for video, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys next time.